Hello everyone and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you guys had some very nice Christmas break. Merry Christmas everyone. Happy holidays for those of you who may get offended with the word Christmas, which unfortunately nowadays seems to be the norm. Don't know what's happening with the world, but in any case, let's keep it nice and friendly. I hope you guys spent some time with your family. Hope you guys had the opportunity to see some of your close friends, maybe drink a little bit too much. I mean, who doesn't, right? This time of the year, that you got some nice gifts and that you're, now getting up towards New Year's Eve. By the way, you already know, if you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. It's the only thing that I ask, so thank you very much for your support. Now, I wanted to address something for the upcoming cycle and Ethereum, Bitcoin, Pulsechain ecosystem, Solana, etc. So go over a few notions that people tend to sometimes be mistaken about. So in case you guys haven't seen, that apparently there is some payments around Mt. Gox starting to occur. In case you guys don't know what it is, people got scammed with Mt. Gox, I think 11 years ago. It was an exchange in Japan. No, more than that, 2011. So that is 12, almost 13 years ago, my God. And basically, that exchange holds about 140,000 Bitcoin, which at the moment is close to $4 billion. So make no mistake, no, it's even more than that. So quick math here, you guys just give me 1 second. What is it? Let's say Bitcoin is 4250, 42,500. So we're talking about almost $6 billion of sell pressure. Now, Ethereum has a big advantage because obviously there's none of these coins being held up for sale. Then you have the guy from the Silk Road, which is apparently something around the 6 billion mark as well. The reason why I'm talking about this is as the ETF will be causing a lot of buy pressure, there are also some events that will cause sell pressure. And that is the reason why I prefer Ethereum. Number one, I think it's more useful. It has more developers, more miners. It's actually, some periods of time is actually deflationary. And they got rid, of course, of the whole proof of work issue. Now, people in the Bitcoin community will tell you, no, but proof of work is very safe. That's the safest type of way of maintaining a consensus network, which is actually immediately disproven because Ethereum, as a proof of stake system, it works perfectly fine, and also the majority of big problems that we've been seeing, like inflation bugs, taking advantage of the code itself, it actually has been happening in proof of work networks rather than proof of stake. And the reason why this is beneficial is actually, if you think about it, right? What's happening here? You buy the mining hardware, you connect it to electricity, you burn a lot of electricity, you get a Bitcoin at the end, and then you need to sell part of the Bitcoin to pay for all of your overhead costs. Obviously, proof of stake removes all of this out. So, I mean, while I do believe that Bitcoin can be, can benefit, again, from a price appreciation perspective, not from a philosophical market manipulation, market control kind of stuff. We talk about, that is a different subject. Price appreciation from the inclusion in the ETF. Why? Well, because that means that it will start to become normal to have an allocation to people's portfolio, typically high net worth individuals, allocated to crypto or to Bitcoin that in the past it wasn't. So that is the big benefit that I see over time. Now, the reason, I think I've already explained why I do prefer Ethereum over to Bitcoin. And the reason why I prefer Pulsechain and that ecosystem in particular versus just say Bitcoin or Ethereum is because I do believe that even Ethereum will start to have the gains much more compacted and much more narrower. So basically, you won't capture that a generational wealth that you could have if you would bought Bitcoin, let's say, 10 years ago. The reason is actually quite simple. 2017, all-time high was 20,000. 2021, all-time high was 69,000. That is a 300-something% appreciation. I mean, in certain altcoins, there is a week of volatility. But the thing is, the reason why is now you need billions of dollars to move the price up. So it's much harder than it used to be. Then people say, oh yeah, but altcoins, they do have low liquidity and it's difficult to buy them. All of these things. I say, yes, exactly. When you wanted to buy Bitcoin, in order to get the majority of the price appreciation, it was hard to buy. You only had one exchange. Everybody thought it was a scam. Liquidity was very low, even in that exchange. And that's when the opportunity arose. You know, when it's easy, when everybody can buy it, when it's everywhere, then it has much less potential than it used to be, than it used to have before. Now, Solana, there's something that needs to be said. Now, you guys know me. I'm in favor of the Pulsechain X, Pulsex, Hedron, ICOs, all that part of the ecosystem. And it has been operating very well with no operational issues, so no rug pulls, no bugs, no network going down, blah, blah, blah. And if you recall with Solana, it was consistently going down. And the question is, nowadays it doesn't. The question is how? So basically the coins, Solana now inflates substantially more than it used to inflate before. And so it inflates much more than Bitcoin now, in order to keep the fees lower and also to reward the validators. Now the question becomes, what will they do with all that extra supply? That's a good question. What will the VCs, the venture capital firms that are involved in Solana, now that we're approaching certain levels? Now, the question is, how are we running so much in Solana versus other coins? If you actually look at the liquidity in the Solana ecosystem, it's actually quite low, which is great for price appreciation and depreciation as well. Meaning, when you have something with low liquidity, it's hard to push it up. Why is it so hard to push Bitcoin up? Because it's extremely liquid. You can make a purchase of $1 billion and you barely move the price. If you make a purchase of $1 billion in Solana, you will double or triple the price. And by the way, this is not this is not a criticism of Solana. It is what it is. It's low liquidity. That's how also X went up 1,000,000% in under 2 years, because liquidity was very low. Why did Bitcoin appreciate so much in the past? Because liquidity was very low. Why did Ethereum? Blah, blah, blah. Same story. Okay, so this is not a criticism. It is what it is. Now, the reason why I don't like Solana as much as other projects is exactly because of the presence of venture capital firms, which I believe will now be looking to start selling quite aggressively, and is the inflation numbers to make the system kind of work has gone up quite substantially. So I'm a bit curious to see, once that inflation starts to be sold on the market, if there's enough buying power to absorb it or not. I'm not saying there isn't. I want to see it and maybe make a judgment after it. Now, do I want the Solana ecosystem to succeed? Yes. So I'm not part of I'm a bit different from the other crypto people on YouTube or whatever, in which they tend to be, there are two types, right? Or there are these guys that just talk about the latest hot coin and then try to talk about 10 other projects which are very similar and try to leverage their channel from the views that are being caused by the pump in a different coin. So those are the grifters, the people that just talk about what is trendy and they don't care if you get annihilated in rug pulls or anything. They just talk about it because they know it's going to get a lot of views. So that's type number one. Type number two is people that belong to certain communities and they are completely they're part of the cult. Now, again, cult is positive in my opinion. Bitcoin was accused, and Bitcoiners were accused of being, servants of the cult of Bitcoin, and their prophet was Satoshi, and all of those things are good. If you need a cult for a crypto to be successful, so don't take it as an insult, because it's not. It's actually, in my opinion, the most important part of any crypto project in order to succeed is to have a very dedicated cultish following, in my personal opinion. Now, I keep liking Pulsechain, Pulsex, X, Hydron, Icosa, which are the derivatives, as I mentioned before. I do think we need to start seeing some more activity, some more new users, so the price to come up. I do think as things keep falling and failing around us, and we don't, we meaning the Pulsechain ecosystem, that actually can be helpful, because it will become apparent, hopefully will become apparent, that, most of the other stuff sucks. So the fact that it's performing well will be good. As I did mention before, the SEC used to be a big negative cloud, but as they keep on losing lawsuits after lawsuits, the impact, both positive or negative, is becoming less relevant. So for example, during the process with XRP was extremely negative between 2018 2023. Then when XRP won, was a big pump for XRP, but then when Coinbase won, was less impactful. When what was the other one? I forgot now the name. Yeah, there was another. Grayscale. When Grayscale, Bitcoin Trust won, it was also less impactful, and this is going to happen. So what's going to happen is, as we move forward into the lives of crypto and into the cycle, I do believe, because of the previous wins, is that the SEC, both positive and negative, will have less and less impact. So, in summary, I do like some altcoins for at least, hopefully, financial independence, and at the best case scenario, generational wealth. I do believe Ethereum is better than Bitcoin. I do hope that other ecosystems, the legitimate ones, the ones which are proven not to be scams, like Solana, for example, I actually hope that all of them do well. I don't like to be in this tribalism of, this tribe of crypto versus that tribe. I do think, and this has been proven over time, is that the more the ecosystem expands and attracts new people and does stuff that other people find value, we all grow, right? I mean, in the beginning there was only Bitcoin, and now there are thousands of coins, and people are thinking, oh my God, everyone will eventually gravitate towards just one thing. And that actually proven not to be right, because Bitcoin kept on making new all-time highs, Ethereum kept on making new all-time highs, despite the coming of new coins. In any case, one thing that I also should mention is that, don't forget that in the world of altcoins, 99.9% of them are scams, so be very aware of that. And I cannot tell you what to do, where to invest, and what you should do. But learn about this basic stuff, and don't fall for, or at least when you listen to someone who's a part of one of these cults, always keep in mind that they are part of those cults. So they will always omit, or they will always, devalue things that are against their position. That's the point of being in a cult, right? So in any case, guys, I'll leave you be. I will probably, make another video tomorrow, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.